With that, it's time to set this thing aside, and it's time for my new bike. Some of you know what this box is. It's from a pretty well-known brand. Hey guys, Josh here with Daily Mountain Bike Rider, and today is a very exciting, fun day, and that's because today is new bike day. And no, this is not my new bike, but you guys already knew that. This is my 2017 Raleigh Tokul, and this bike has been awesome. Honestly, you guys comment way more on this thing than my Evil Reckoning or any other bike I've demoed, because I realize people love great, cheap, entry-level hardtails. And while this thing has been amazing, they don't make hardtails anymore. Raleigh stopped making these great aggressive, just awesome. This is a 27.5 plus hardtail. And because of that, you can't actually find these anymore. Sometimes you can find them on closeout, but people want to know what's a great hardtail for the money. So recently I put out a video, the top 5 2018 aggressive geometry hardtails. You can check out the video right here. And that video was great, but there was still one bike I was very excited to look at, and that is the bike that I'm going to show you for my new bike day. So I'm officially retiring the Tokul, which part of my heart hurts because this bike really started the channel with me. I only had the bike for a couple months before I made my review on it, but now it's time to let the bike go, and it's gonna go on to a new home. I'm gonna clean up the Tokul, and I'm gonna put it up online on Pink Bike and Craigslist for sale, and I'm hoping to get some of the money back to cover the new bike cost. But if you are a viewer, if you are interested in the Tokul, I am giving my viewers just a little bit of a discount. I'm gonna sell the bike for a fair price. I'll put a link down below to the Pink Bike ad so you can see what I'm selling it for. But with that, it's time to set this thing aside, and it's time for my new bike. So as you guys know, there is a ton of great bikes on the market. I've talked a lot about them, but I bet you're curious which one I went with. Well, let me tell you something. I had a 27.5 plus hardtail, and I loved it because I felt like it deadened the trail, and I love the bigger tires, but I wanted a skinnier tire. So my choice was 27.5 or 29. And I said, you know what, I have a long travel 29er, let's get a 27.5 with a little bit smaller tires so I can do more dirt jumps and just get a different bike feel. So the bike I ended up with is, well, it's in the box. Let me show you. Some of you know what this box is. It's from a pretty well-known brand. Here's a bunch of stuff I'll need to put it together. Ugh. Without further ado, my new hardtail, which will be in the family for a while, I assume, is the, can I get it out in one pull? Oh gosh. It is the 2018 Diamondback Sinker. Now, last year Diamondback made the Sinker Pro and the Sinker lower end. Now they have just the Sinker. This is a bike I'm so stoked about. It's got 27.5 inch wheels, 120 millimeters of travel on the front, which I actually have a fork to bump that up. The component set is amazing for the price, and this bike is really going to rip. But enough talking about it. Let me put this thing together and then get back and talk to you more about the bike. Alright guys, so I put the bike all together, and this is officially the 2018 Diamondback Sinker. Now I do have to say, I contacted the guys at Diamondback, told them I love the hardtails that they make, and they said this would be a great bike for me. And so they gave me a little bit of a discount at no strings attached, and they sent over the Sinker, which I'm so stoked about. Let me tell you about the spec that comes stock on this, and then I'll explain what I'm about to do next. Working our way up from the bottom, first off, you have Diamondback Blanchard rims, which are known for being super strong, and these are the R28s. I think they have a 28 millimeter internal width, which is pretty wide for the size. They are connected to some no-name hubs. I think they're Novitec, but they're pretty cheap. The wheels are the WTB Vigilant, and these are a 27.5 by 2.3, and this is a true 2.3, so they're a little bit wider. Going up from there, you have a SRAM NX 11-speed drivetrain with a race face effect crank, which is a great bulletproof crank on a great drivetrain that's going to work really, really well. Moving up from there, at the fork, we have the RockShox Recon. This is 120 millimeters of air sprung travel. And a couple things to note. One, Diamondback did not include a shock pump, so you're gonna need to buy one of those if you buy this bike. And two, and the thing that is the biggest bummer on this bike, everything else is pretty much awesome except for this fork is not Boost 110 standard. So this is probably a 2016 Recon. It's got the nice stickers on it. But once you upgrade, or if you ever want to upgrade this fork, you're going to have to either get spacers for your new fork, or you're gonna have to get a new rim, which I might be doing very soon. Looking up from there, you have the Shimano. These are the MT500 brakes. I have not heard of these, but at first look, the lever themselves are exactly 100% like the XTs. I mean, literally, I looked at these, looked at my XTs, and thought they just took a few features out of it and then called it a new brand. Down at the calipers, it looks very similar to the XTs, and the feel is very similar, but it's just a no-name brand. So I'm gonna actually try these out, see how they work, and I think they're gonna be excellent. Up at the cockpit, you've got a race face Chester stem and bar, which is an awesome set for a cockpit that comes at a low price. You've got Diamondback grips, a Diamondback non-dropper seat post, and just a Diamondback saddle. All this comes at the small price of $950, which $950 for an aggressive 120 millimeter air fork 1x11 hardtail is awesome. I mean, it's one of the best deals on the market, and that's why I bought it. And I could leave this bike and ride it as is and have a wonderful time. But I already know what I want to do. I know the type of riding I do. I know exactly what I want this bike to become. And so because of that, I've already done a little bit of shopping. And what I'm going to do is right off the bat, so that I can sell some of the parts that come stock on this bike, I'm going to upgrade this to become my dream hardtail. So I'm going to work on it. I'm going to come back in just a few minutes and show you everything I did.